Open borders have endless consequences. Each day the border allows unvetted and dangerous individuals into the country, and that endangers all Americans. Just several days ago, a Bolivian illegal migrant was arrested by ICE in Virginia after committing sex crimes against a child in Northern Virginia. Another horrific crime that the Biden-Harris administration is responsible for. Let's bring in our guests to discuss the dangers that a wide open border poses to our country. California State Sheriff's Association Sheriff Mike Boudreau, President of the Crime Prevention Research Center, John Lott Jr. Sheriff, thanks for joining us. Your thoughts on this 36-year-old convicted sex offender, Jose Fabrizio Villaseca Vargas. He was caught, released at the Texas border in 2023, arrested only after he committed yet another horrific crime against a minor. How many more atrocities will it take until some new action is taken here at the border?
Honestly, I think it's a great question. You know, these news stories are becoming more and more commonplace where we're having illegal immigrants committing violent and sexual crimes against American citizens, and yet we hear nothing from the White House. Law enforcement here locally in California and equally as all across the country are facing the demands upon our resources, as well as tracking down this criminal element to hold them to justice. How many more of these is it going to take? I can tell you here in California, just in my county alone, we're unraveling a Chinese sex trafficking ring involving over 40 different women here illegally from China. We have another case where we have Mandarin Chinese coming in where they have stolen millions of dollars from our elderly online right here in California. And so not only do we have these violent, egregious sexual crimes that are taking place, where the administration is not voicing any opinion whatsoever, much less securing and closing our border, but yet we have these untold amounts of other crimes that are occurring amongst our citizens. It's truly an outrage, and I'm not sure what it's going to take to get the attention of the White House.
Well, since January of this year, over 7 million illegal migrants have crossed into the country under the Biden-Harris administration. Many of these migrants committing multiple crimes. Every month we're hearing about them. Many have said this will only get worse. John, your thoughts on this?
We've seen a huge increase in violent crime over the last few years. If you look at the Bureau of Justice Statistics National Crime Victimization Survey, during the Biden administration, there's been a 43% increase in violent crime, an even larger percentage increase in property crime. A lot of the Democrats are saying crime is down despite having all these illegal aliens so that they're not committing crimes. The problem is there are two different measures that we have of violent crime. We have the FBI data on reported crimes to police, and then we have the National Crime Victimization data, which looks at total crimes. And what's happened is that the rate that people are reporting crimes to police has fallen over the last few years as arrest rates have plummeted. I mean, you look at large cities, over 1 million. The arrest rates for violent crime in those cities has fallen by over 50%. The arrest rates for property crime rates has fallen by about 65%. These are huge drops. So it's not just the fact that you've had illegals that are causing an increase in violent crime, but the fact that law enforcement in many parts of this country has collapsed. But
no question,
you know, there's no way they can go and claim that violent crime is down, and there's no way they can claim that we've had a drop in violent crime despite the fact that we've had massive numbers of illegals coming into the country.
No question. Sheriff, last week CNN's Dana Bash, I guess, kind of grilled Kamala a little bit on her lack of action at the border. Take a listen.
Why did the Biden-Harris administration wait 3.5 years to implement sweeping asylum restrictions?
A bill was crafted, which we supported, which I support, and Donald Trump got word of this bill that would have contributed to securing our border, and because he believes that it would not have helped him politically, he told his folks in Congress, don't put it forward. He killed the bill.
Well, we all know Kamala Harris was once deemed the border czar, although she continues to deny it. The American people, I think, see right through this charade. Sheriff, what do you think? Has she really tried to do anything?
Well, we have to go on the history and what her history shows. And quite frankly, the American people are waking up to see that she has done nothing. Law enforcement does not support what she has done with that word salad that we just listened to. It really said nothing. We need to take action. And we have Border Patrol agents, Homeland Security agents, and law enforcement lives all across the border and in the U.S. with law enforcement to where our lives are in jeopardy. Law enforcement resources are depleted. And her word salad, that I like to use that term,
Right.
has done nothing with no action.
There's no question about that. Will you please stay safe out there for us, Sheriff? We appreciate it. Sheriff Mike Boudreau and John Lott Jr. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Coming up, Joe Biden is more focused on his tan lines than running the country. Wrapping up his near 18-day vacation, the president set out with Kamala to target union workers on this Labor Day. We will be back to discuss right after this break.